us the longest. And then we in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
Good morning. I fell asleep. I was supposed to go live 2 hours ago. I fell asleep. I did have an amazing sleep, but fuck it out.
So yes.
Fuck it out. Also, we're doing the nightmare run today, as indicated by the title of the stream.
Trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent
Let me get my...
driving too fast down a coastal road to get there.
I will put a thingy in the thing.
I'd seen the hitchhiker too late.
I slept through my alarm. Live now.
He was dead.
Not live now, live now.
I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again.
Okay. Have I done everything that I need to do
Suddenly,
before
his
starting a
body was
stream?
gone.
I've started a stream.
I was in shock.
Is anybody in chat yet?
I could hardly
Probably
stand
not.
on my feet.
Okay. So one nightmare difficulty, and I think we're just gonna go for it. And I'm also going to try and pay attention to the story. This time I heard that he hit and killed a driver. PK! Hello. Thank you for confirming that chat works. I appreciate you. Yeah, I was supposed to stream about 2 hours ago. But I set an alarm. I got in bed at 6:20 and set an alarm for 6:30.
I had to go to the
And I woke up at
I knew there was
8
something
PM.
important waiting for me.
So I have no idea what happened at all. But at least it's only 8 PM. Alright, we'll wake up in good time. Do you, Ryder? Yeah, that nap left with me. I can hear the nap in my voice. It hit me like a bus. But now we've started the nightmare run. So I'm going to have to oh, Pony Island's the Satan one, isn't it? Now I'm gonna have to be doing some cheeky dodges. There we go. Gorgeous. Let me out.
I realized that the hitchhiker was a character from the story I'd been working on.
Okay, so the hitchhiker is a character from a story he's been working on. Happy Friday, Eye. How are you doing? Oh, it's good that Satan's got hobbies. I'm paying attention. I'm gonna learn what this story is about, and we're gonna comment on the story as we play. Can you imagine? Also, I turned the sound up before I started playing because I couldn't hear it, but I think it's probably quite loud, isn't it? Hello, Birch. I mean, you saw that. Had a huge nap. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna skip. I'm good, thank you, Brian. I fell asleep. Well, I fell asleep for longer than I intended to. How are you doing? To be fair, it was a good one. Today I also wrote a little bit of that Smile review. I now also have Gonjiam Haunted Asylum to write the review for. And I need to write up the notes for a few horror films that we watched earlier in the year. I need to write up my Wounds notes. I think I'm going to have to watch Wounds again. Because obviously I took notes, but Wounds, I don't understand it from my notes. It was just a very nonsensical film. Ugh, the taste of water when I've just woken up. Absolutely. Ugh. Hello, Alice. Thank you for being so patient. Another did he see? Let's do our best. Oh no, the door has opened. That means bad things for us. Hey, Adam. Yes, I love Xbox. How could you tell? I'm gonna have to watch Wounds again. Maybe I'll actually just watch, like, an ending explained, because I've seen it before. Maybe I'll watch an ending explained, refresh myself on it, and then, because that film's like 4 hours. It's like, Das Boot.
I have something important to tell you. It goes like this. For he did not know that beyond the lake he called home.
How was your week, Adam? I was up very fucking late. Because yesterday I did exactly the same thing where I went for a little after work nap and I slept through my alarm and I woke up at 8:30. And I was easily up until 2 AM, not tired at all. Me and my friend, because my friend was working from home today, he was like, let's just watch some more TV. Let's just watch some TV. So we watched 2.5 episodes of Haunting of Hill House before my brother dropped. He fell asleep. He dropped like a sack of shit. And then I got into bed, and my other friend Adam, because there are so many people in the world called Adam, saw that I was online and went, "Can I call you? I've just finished drinking. Like, I'm back from something. Do you want to talk?" And I was like, "Oh, I can do a quick one, I suppose." I talked to 6:30. I was like, "Oh." The thing is, once you get to that point, it's like, what's another half an hour gonna do? You know, what's more? It's sad that even when you get the light off them, they're still evil. The darkness is still controlling him. I'm like, what, am I supposed to trust like a fucking Christmas tree? Someone's got his high beams on and it's talking to me and that's supposed to be my issue. These guys take a lot of damage on Nightmare, what the fuck? Okay, so he takes like 6 or 7 shots directly to his head. Our work was at 9 and my first meeting of the day was at 9:30. It was 2 hours long. And I put a post-it note over my webcam in case I fell asleep. Hey Richard, and hey Witch. It is indeed Alan Wake. Okay, so that was 4 shots. These guys take a lot of damage. Whoopsie! I think we'll just run. Like, there's enough lights around here, we can just go. What are they gonna do? Kill us? Alan's a writer or Adam's a writer? Alan? No, I assumed that Adam might have been. Ow! White Boy Swag is White Boy Swag a flare gun, or is it like a demeanor? Alan Wank. Okay. Cool. Tutorial done. Nice and easy. I think we're gonna have to. Ow! I think we're gonna have to rush through this as fast as we can. Also, there's a trophy for doing a certain segment of the game without dying. And I fucking biffed it. I was so annoyed. You have to walk through the entire town without dying once. And I did die because there's a very, very small platforming section. And I went to walk over what looked like a beam that you had to walk over. But it was subterfuge. It was just a bit of fucking polygon. So I went to walk over it and it just kind of shuffled away, like skittered off. Like fake video game furniture tends to do. And I died. I was so annoyed. An aura emanating from some white men. Well, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. See, men have swag, boys have class. That is one thing I've learned. Oh, they said the name of the... I can't wait to see how many layers of nightmares we're in, because I've not paid attention ever to the story. So physically I know that we go through this world about 8 times. I actually don't know a thing about it. Hi, Sophie. Oh yeah, don't skip. Don't skip. When the skip button comes up on the top right, it's because I've clicked skip intuitively. So get used to that. Work was rats today. I reached out to like, the big boss of my team, like the team head's boss, to just talk about it. But it seems like I guess he's still got his allegiances to the company, because I got the outcome that I wanted, but not like the friendliness I was expecting. I mean, like, he's always pretty personable, but he wasn't nice, you know. He spoke like what he was saying was nice, but he wasn't particularly nice. And I got off the phone and I was like, wow, I feel like I've been slapped in the face. But I've got what I wanted, but I also feel like I got slapped in the face. So, it was weird. Oh yeah, I have to talk to this man. I've actually already paid attention to this conversation, so I don't need to do it again. And this conversation is about him being like, oh hey, I'm the local radio host. And Alan is like, well, I'm on holiday, so leave me the fuck alone. And he's like, how about I promise to leave you alone if you maybe come and do an interview? And Alan goes, okay, but then he goes and tells everybody that we're here anyway. Hey Viz, how you doing? Oh yeah, so you're getting redundancy and a chunk of money. He said that that's a pretty reasonable thing to ask, and that he will go and because he's on leave next week, so I think I have to at least do one more week of drudgery, because I was hoping to get the ball rolling pretty quickly on this, but I've happened to catch this man just as he goes away. So I think I might be able to get that redundancy pay. It won't be a lot, but yeah, I think I might be able to choose redundancy to get out of it, which will be nice. But there's something that happened at Christmas that I didn't realize that he was aware of, that I had to report to HR, and because of that, because I spoke to my other coworker, a much more senior guy than me, afterwards. I was like, he was really weird with me. The other coworker was like, yeah, I've never mentioned this to you because obviously it would hurt your feelings to hear it, but you had to report somebody to HR at Christmas, and the guy you've just spoken to, did not take your side. He did not like that you reported that to HR at all, and he's not really liked you since. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. That would explain a lot. Like, I'm not particularly personally invested in his opinion, so I wasn't like, oh, really? I was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, because when I told him, oh, you know, this situation's happening, I'd like to leave, he was like, well, to be honest, I've not heard great things about your performance across the board. I generally have heard bad things. And I was like, that's weird, because I've been with the same boss for a year, and before him, that other boss left and gave me like a perfect annual review. So I'm confused. But no, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yes, yeah. I guess Alice and Bert are aware because I posted about it in Vent, but yeah, that was the thing. He was the guy who was leaving said to me, like, yeah, he doesn't really like it when people talk to HR instead of him. And I was like, well, I wasn't going to tell him. So yeah, it was just like, oh, fair enough. Because yeah, he was like, oh, I've heard really genuinely bad things about you. And I was like, that's honestly surprised me. I thought the most should have heard nothing about me, because the work I do is pretty low key. I do a lot of like technical debt, the stuff other people on my team don't like to do. Mainly assist on projects. So at the most, I thought that just wouldn't have heard much. To be fair, Chugs, I kind of agree. Like maybe, to be fair, and also a lot of companies do that, where you'll get evaluated by like your boss, and you'll also get evaluated by your colleagues. But yeah, they only do my bosses here, which is where it gets that narrow view. Definitely. Definitely. To be fair, HR were useless at that company anyway. And they did very little about it when I reported it to them. To the point where I would argue that I came out of the situation worse than the person I had to report. But I suppose it put his department in a bad light and put HR's attention on it, so maybe that was why. Well, thank you, Widge. But I do feel... I feel a little bit like the motions are turning. Like, I was quite excited to just leave. I was hoping that I would have, like, 1 week left at work. Not 4 weeks. And I was like, yeah, maybe I can get out by, like, next Friday. And then I can just do shit. But no. Unfortunately not. I will. I'll let you know what the company's called as well, Alice, so that you... so that you don't have to... Oh, yeah, you have to go this way, fair enough. Outwardly cringe fail. Yeah, we should measure our employees like that. Cringe fail. Also, I didn't realise how secret the secret redundancies are supposed to be. I don't think even I was supposed to know about them. Because I was like, so I'm aware that there are layoffs. And I'm aware that they're going to be like all the way up to the top, because I know that this guy who I'm talking to is applying for new jobs, because he doesn't think he's going to be there in a few months, and I know that because of a man who's leaving. He told me everything. So I was kind of talking to him, thinking that he would like level with me and be like, oh, you know, it's the last days of, I'm not going to say Sodom, something else. Yeah, I thought that he was going to be like, yeah, we'll talk about it. But I was like, yeah, I'm aware that the team is going to get much smaller, and I'm aware that there are lots of layoffs happening at the moment. And he was like, it is absolutely disrespectful for you to suggest that there are layoffs happening in this company right now. And I was like, but there are. What do you mean? 2 people left today. There are more people leaving next week. Last days of Rome. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, that makes it true. Disrespectful to suggest. I'm like, I see right through you. Come on. But, like I said, I got the output I was hoping for, so... just gotta leave him behind. I've already... feels maybe he feels insecure about it getting out, because people aren't supposed to know that they're going to get made redundant in the next few months, sorry. And I'm like, I just don't understand why you wouldn't tell people. I guess you wouldn't tell people because you didn't want them to leave. But I don't know. I feel like you should be honest. Oh yeah, to be fair, I didn't like him at all when I first met him. And then I spoke to him once one-on-one, and I was like, oh, he's actually not too bad. But he's one of those like corporate guys that has absolutely mastered the talent of talking for 45 minutes but saying nothing. Hey Shammers, I'm just talking about this weird boss guy I have. He's like a few levels above, and I had to talk to him today. But there's been a few times where he's like led question and answer sessions about things that have been happening in the company. Like, we got bought by a company a few years ago, and he led like a question and answer session, and we could ask him questions. And I remember listening to him talk, and I was like, he has absolutely mastered the ability to talk for like 8 minutes and basically just say like, we're not sure, or we'll keep you posted. So he's very, very, very talented at doing what he does. And I was like, I could probably learn from that, to be fair. Gosh, I wonder, I think he'd be an Xbox guy. I think he'd be a toxic Xbox guy as well. Nightmare Pages, Alan Wake. I think the first two Nightmare manuscript pages are, like, really plain sight. Yeah, just spelling the roses. There is a skill to it, because he's risen, like, very far in the company off the back of that skill. Because I think you can use that skill to, like, make yourself useful. Like, you literally can talk your way into making it seem like there's a need for you. Which is impressive, like... I don't necessarily like him, but I feel like you can learn a lot from him. I think we get the power room round back. But yeah, very impressed. I've also got some smoothies in the freezer. Might go and make one of them soon. Hey, Sevi! She's here. Just Dave, hey! Skill that on YouTube would probably help a lot with making videos long enough to keep interest and putting some extra ads. Hell yeah. I'm really annoyed with that current mid-roll ads rule. Because lately I've decided to make it so that if I get a sponsorship in a video that's, like, long, you know, if I got a sponsorship in a 20-minute video, I wouldn't do this. But if it's a video that's, like, more than an hour, I've recently made it so that it only has one mid-roll ad in it right at the center. So you watch for, like, 45 minutes, and then you watch one ad, and then you watch for another 45 minutes. But now they made it so you have absolutely no power. Oh, I've accidentally skipped it. Whoops. Now they made it so that you have absolutely no power about where the ads go if you have mid-roll ads. So, like, with the Cobweb video I put out last week, I had mid-roll... I had start and finish ads, but I just disabled all the mid-roll ads, so I was like, just have it. I ended up getting YouTube Premium because I was absolutely sick of the ads. But it was because I listened to videos to go to sleep. And nothing would scare the shit out of me more than, like, a poorly volume-balanced video when an ad would just blow my ears out. Hi, Caitlin. How you doing? Oh, wait. Shammers. Why did they say proud and disappointed? Yeah. Well, I feel like it depends on where the money comes from as well. Love the new camera angle on the latest Patreon video. It feels very professional. Which one? Wait, this one? The one that I'm in now, or a different one?
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic.
Good day. Oh, she's making bread. Making bread.
It's not like that.
She's so busy. Oh, let's watch. Alan. There was a woman there for a second. On the Town of Light video. Oh yeah, it's this one. It's this angle, but it just looks a bit different because I've recorded it on a different thing. I needed some time alone. He's fallen. Ow. I'm paying attention. Oh, I thought you said you were a baker there, Viz. I was like, that's the coolest job. I'd love to be a baker. She's making cupcakes. The old angle showed a window. Yeah, I turned my entire desk round. Having the light coming from behind me made it really difficult to record during the day. And also, it's a very ugly blind that my landlady has put up. It's hideous, so... And also, I plan to move soon, so while I was doing it, I took the liberty of throwing a bunch of stuff out. I need to sell or give my things away rather than throw it out. It's really wasteful to throw, but it's also the most efficient thing to do. Alice! Alice! I'm paying attention. Alan attacked by Cox. Ooh. In the water we go. Last time I baked anything, my girlfriend left me, which is not connected to anything, but it's fun to think how bad those brownies were. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry to hear it. I think the worst thing about stuff like that is that it ruins the memory. My friend was telling me yesterday, a person that I don't know, his girlfriend broke up with him the day he got back from a festival that he had an amazing time at. And he was actually like, you're so selfish to have done that. Like, you've ruined this memory of this weekend for me. And I was like, yeah, I think that's valid to be annoyed about. Even if you do it after the weekend, you'll still feel awful. But sometimes memories can make breakups better. I remember I went out with a guy at uni, and by the time I broke up with him, I hated him. I really shouldn't have left it so late. For some reason, I thought that 14 months was so long that, like, you may as well be together for life now. But I couldn't stand him by the time I broke up with him. He didn't wash properly, didn't look after himself, didn't eat properly, super, like, tight with money to the point where, like, he wouldn't get me anything for, like, my birthday. We'd never do anything together. And I remember I went in, broke up with him. I cried while I was breaking up with him because I felt bad. And then I left, got in the car, stopped crying. Me and my friends went out for curry and watched Mulan. It was one of the best nights ever. I had a really good time. Have you figured out where you want to move yet? Yeah, I want to move to Cambridge. Loads of my friends live in and around Cambridge. Alice. Xbox off. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move to Cambridge. My brother wants to move around there. He's looking at graduate schemes there because he graduated 1 year ago, and a lot of graduate schemes let you apply for like up to 4 years afterwards. I've been helping him do his little applications, and he gets like literacy tests back. Oh, so sweet. He got this like GCSE math test back the other day, and he was telling me about it. Because it was timed. It was like 1 minute per question, and the question was like reading data very thoroughly and then doing maths off the back of that. I was like, that sounds fucking impossible. I would have folded. Like, GCSE maths is something that you forget pretty quickly. So I guess they were just testing his GCSE maths, but I would have died. And yeah, I don't know. It was just. It was just the best place, I think, the most central place for all of us, including like all of my mates, my parents as well, and also we can probably get somewhere fairly cheap for the both of us while we're there. I'm definitely on Nightmare because. Okay, this is the page. I for some reason thought that this was an old page. Yeah, okay. While crossing the river. Okay. What a delight of a guy. Yeah, he was not great. He was also like mega Tory. It's like a bit of a deal breaker, sorry.
Anybody there?
I was so excited when I saw the Twitch notification. It's streaming again. Head Code Red! Welcome!
Hey, you!
How are you doing?
There's been an accident.
I am back. I am actually streaming again. We're doing some Alan Wake Nightmare mode today, and then on Sunday we're gonna do Spyro 3 100% in a single day. Ah, Caitlin, I was learning about myself. I was like, the thing is, I think when you talk to people about like couples about their political views, they'll say things like, "Well, I'm very left wing and he's right wing, and we make it work," and I very foolishly believe that. Now that I've actually dated a couple of Tories, I don't actually think you can make it work. If you don't care that much about your political inclinations, and you don't have to care that much, but if you don't care, if it's not something that matters to you a lot, you probably can make it work, but that's more because you're, like, giving space in a situation. You're, like, you know, it's not so much compromise as just, like, ignoring the issue, because you don't have to talk about it. Hey, Eternal Flame, how you doing? But I think, I think it's basically impossible to date somebody on, like, the other end of the political spectrum. Thank you for the sub, Flame.
Oh, majestic!
I gotta turn that down a tiny bit, because I shit my pants when that came on last time. But yeah, like, when you date somebody, their worldview is pretty much affected by their politics. It's not a simple matter of, I vote for this person and you vote for that person. It's like, you know, people who believe in, like, reproductive rights, or I don't know, support or not for BLM and things like that. It kind of dictates what they like, how they treat people as humans or not. If you go out with somebody who's like mad Tory, you can't be surprised when they turn out to be a massive transphobe. Is all I'm gonna say. Hey Meggie, how you doing? It is a We Don't Talk About Bruno. It is like if Bruno was like immigrant rights. Hey! Oshios? I saw you follow yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, that name is gonna kill me. I'm gonna have to pronounce it on the fly in front of people. I sat there looking at it, and I was like, oh, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Just gonna run. Go this way. Ah! Balls. The memes of production. It does affect how they look at you as well. Very, very true, Viz. Damn!
Majestic.
Thanks for gifting a sub, Alice. I appreciate it. But yeah, if there's one piece of dating advice you're ever going to take from me, a 27-year-old old maid, try to date somebody who has the same beliefs as you, because it does matter. I appreciate you, Alice. Ah! Alright, looks like I am going to have to fight these. Even for French people. I will do my very best. But yeah, how are you doing? Oh, let me actually read your message, because I didn't read it. Just followed after watching all your YouTube videos. Damn, all of them. I hope you really enjoyed every single one of them. I've got a bunch more in the works, which is exciting. Haha! Alright, this is how we're gonna play this. We're just gonna leave. That's gonna be my entire battle plan for this game. We're just gonna leave. You're a year older than me. I'm sorry to hear that, Eternal Flame. I think we've moved beyond a difference in politics, meaning differences in how much we are. Yeah, it's definitely not just taxes anymore, is it? I briefly dated a really Tory farmer guy who was an absolute twat about queer people and say I didn't count because I shagged men, so I dumped him. Hooked up with a girl that night just to be petty. Amazing. Also, congratulations on wooing a lady within like a single night. I think the thing about men is that they're very easy. Men, you're very easy.
Majestic.
I feel like, you know, I was just gonna say women aren't easy, but I was like, I do not know how to phrase it. It's very, very, very hard to build a proper connection. Oh, thank you very much for the sub, Jay. Thank you. Oh, let me check the next one. Behind the gas station. Okay. Jay! Oh boy, finally caught me live. Welcome, Jay. How are you doing? You having a good Friday? Good for you, Caitlin. You know, go out, you get that. Proud of you. Oh, shit. A touch-starved man. Well, there you go. The male loneliness epidemic. Oh, thank you very much. Don't worry about setting a record for the hype train, by the way. I know it's tempting, but it is just the Amazon executives trying to get you to give them money. Don't fall for it. Oh boy. Amazing. Bad week, but that's life. I'm finally happy to meet you live. I'm happy to meet you too, Jay. I feel like everybody here has had a bad week, so we can all kind of relax together and unwind. Let's go and see... Let's go and find the chest up here, because this will have some good stuff in, hopefully. Unless in nightmare mode, when you open a chest, like, confetti comes out and it just shouts, fuck you. Oh, see you soon, Brian. I actually had a pretty great week, but I guess I'll fuck off. I suppose you will, Andrew. If that's what you need to do, we'll be here when you're ready to come back. Also, hello, how you doing? Oh, amazing, we got a flare gun. This is exactly what I wanted. And Dave, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome. Welcome to the K-Boys. Patent pending. They stopped watching Red Pill bullshit. Maybe they... Hey. You're right. You're right. Not all men, but somehow always a man. By the way, too, found out my cat's kidneys are failing. We have to make some tough choices. Oh my god. Every single thing I've dealt with this week has now paled. That is, that's horrible. Only now that I have a cat have I started to realise how horrible a choice like that is. And I am honestly very, very, very sorry to hear about it. Now that I have, like, Seffi and Woody running around, when I see videos about that kind of thing on, like, Instagram, I legitimately cry, so I get it. And I hope that you're okay. Well, the thing is, the K-Boys was a placeholder name I came up with about 4 years ago because I couldn't decide what to call the Discord. I thought it was funny because it rhymes with gay boys. And then we just kept it. Like, it's just, there's, you know, it's not broken, don't fix it kind of situation. Just never needed to address it. Ooh, a shotgun already. Nice. It is. And my favourite snack, and now it's getting better. What's your favourite snack? In fact, I'll open that question up. What's everybody's favourite snack? My favourite snack, there is a company in the UK called Lovestruck. In fact, they might be global, I don't know. But I live in the UK, and they deliver to me. So I would assume it's a UK company. It's a company called Lovestruck Smoothies. And they are a company that sells like frozen packs of smoothie mix. So you have, like, say, apple juice that you put into the blender, and they give you like the Grape Escape or I don't know. Grape Escape. They do milkshakes as well. There was one called Coco Loco that I had. No, that's the coconut smoothie. Livin' La Vida Coca, because I thought that was a frapper, and it turned out it was just a straight chocolate milkshake. It was the best thing I've ever had. And yeah, you have to buy them in bulk, so it's pretty expensive to buy. But then you essentially pay like £2 per smoothie, and then you freeze them. So mine lasts me like 3 months. So it comes to like 15 quid a month, which isn't too bad for like tons of smoothies. You get like 30. Crunchy Cheetos or Reese's. Oh, Reese's peanut butter cups are amazing. Like, Reese's do, yeah, I mean, you'll know this because you're a fellow fan, a real fan of Reese's. But Reese's also do this, you get like the party pack of them where it's like small cups, but they are amazing. Smucker's PB&J. What's a Smucker? One of my red flags for guys is if they say I'm watching this podcast. My last long-term partner told me that they'd started watching a podcast called The Joe Rogan Experience, and I had no idea what it was. So I was just like, oh, cool. What's it like? What's it about? I remember him saying, like, it's just like this really cool guy, and he's super funny, and he brings on all these different guests, and he just, like, he really discusses the important things. Like, he really drills into the heart of a lot of matters, and he's, like, so interesting to listen to. And I didn't think, I had no prejudice against Joe Rogan at that time, so I was just like, oh, cool. You know, enjoy. Glad you found something you like. You're not much of a podcast guy. But nowadays, I would have been like, huh? Rogan? So, yeah. I think we've all been there. If it has chocolate, I will devour it. I think that's a good rule of thumb. Favorite snack is salt and vinegar crisps. I think that's a classic Chug snack. I can believe that. Salted almonds. Bitch. Crunchy Cheetos, Doritos, restaurant stabbings, ostrich eggs, and lucid dreaming. I don't follow. I mean, it was alright. I don't begrudge him for it. Yeah, let's just start a commune of women. Ow. 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 Oh, fuck. Oh. recently came out showing women are more likely to see listening to Joe Rogan as a red flag. Yeah, I agree, because a lot of people seem to think that red flag is... A lot of people tend to confuse red flag with deal breaker. Like, a red flag tells you that you probably will see a deal breaker, but it's not in itself a deal breaker. So yeah, I would say absolutely it is a red flag in the sense that it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see bad behavior, but it's something to associate with it. I don't know why I said the word bad behavior. Just trying to imply that it's like, you know, doesn't mean that he's evil. It just means that you might see behavior patterns that you don't like. I read Lighthouse. I've said it a lot of times in the past, but I'm willing to think that women are pretty cool. Wow, that's quite a controversial opinion there, Chokes. You'd be careful with that. Oh yeah, do you see that perfect timing? Ice in the veins, that was the coolest I've ever been. Yeah, Andy, we share the brain cell. I'm gonna need it, well, you can have it this weekend, because I don't need it this weekend. But I am gonna need it next week. So if you could make sure that I have that, I would appreciate it. Oh, don't make me time you out again, Chugs. We don't use that kind of language here. Oh, my 8th Diet Coke of the day. Delicious. Absolutely rejuvenating. Also, I'm so glad, like, that the Nightmare collectibles are so much less ridiculous. Because obviously you lot saw the utter pain in the arse that the collectibles were for normal mode. But, man, like, I was finishing off stream yesterday. And it's just way too many collectibles for this game. It's like one every, like, 2 minutes. And this game isn't particularly, like, deep anyway. Oh yeah, an 8-pack. The Aston near me always does 3 for 2 on the 24 packs. So I get those. Oh. Pepsi Diet Cherry. Well, to be fair, cherry cola kind of drinks are really nice, so I forgive you. Let's stick with the shotgun, because the revolver's just a pea shooter right now. Well, he's over there, I think. That's the guy hates me. Yes! Energy to 100% games. It's so hard for me, I'll never make it. The trick is that you start with a few games that you find easy to 100%, Jay. So you start with stuff like Spyro, because Spyro takes like 8 hours and it's a child's game, so it's super easy. And then what you do is you look at your account and you think like, well, it doesn't look perfect anymore. I need to 100% this next game and then it'll be perfect. And then after that you just feel immense pressure to 100% everything. And that's how you 100% games. Yeah, the pedantic rage. Oh, I like no, I like ginger beer. I got confused. Ginger beer and Pimm's, surprisingly delicious. Wow, this guy takes a lot of shotgun hits. Oh, Widdy's making bread now. I assume you've platinumed Bloodborne? I have! That was the first game I platinumed on stream. That was the genesis of my streaming career. Huge air quotes. The thing I learned about platinuming Bloodborne on stream is that everybody platinums Bloodborne on stream. So it was probably a bad game to start the channel with, but it was good because the only people that go into my chat were backseaters. So there wasn't a lot of like actual making friends. I platinumed Shadow of the Colossus after that, and that was a great game to platinum because people would come in just to chat because it's is it a chill game? I don't know. Like 60% of it is chill. Don't go for the 100%. I don't know. You mentioned that 100% Chugs, and I was like, maybe I will. The Chalice Trophy. Oh, the one for beating the final boss of the Chalice Dungeons. They were... I summoned a couple times for those, but they were really fun. I summoned for the Nightmare Chalice, as you can probably imagine. Oh, ginger beer is great. I found honey, Jack Daniels, and lemonade is actually surprisingly nice. Oh, it sounds delicious. I've recently learned how to make a Lynchburg lemonade because I had some Cointreau in my house. I had triple sec from a time that I once made flan years ago. Realised that I hated flan, never made it again, still had the Cointreau in my house. And when else are you going to use it? So I made Lynchburg lemonades. Oh, they are so nice. That'll probably work. I tried to start with Stardew Valley and failed and gave up. To be fair, Stardew Valley has a monstrous 100%. I have been kind of on the fence about doing that for a long time because it would take like 200 hours or something. Oh, Orphan's really hard. Lawrence is okay. I feel like with Lawrence, you try it like 30 times and then all of a sudden it's the easiest thing ever. You should try Lies of P. Yeah, a lot of people have told me that. I really should try Lies of P. I was so excited for it to come out, and then it came out, and I was like, cool. Can't wait to never play that. Love backseaters. Yawns, hey! I ended up so mad doing the 100% for Stardew, specifically because the games you have to play. Oh, really? All I know about the 100% for Stardew is that you have to do, like, the bad ending and the good ending, right? And the thing is, it makes me miss Harvest Moon. Like, the characters in Harvest Moon, I think, are a lot cuter. I don't really love the art style for Stardew Valley. I know that it's been revamped a couple of times, and there are mods for it on PC, but there aren't any for it on PlayStation. Sessa! Hey! That's exactly how I've been to Baldur's Gate 3. Or Battleground 3. I was super excited for it, but it came out and I've just not played it. I completely understand. I do that so much. I pre-ordered Remnant 2 and I've not touched it. I haven't even taken out the wrapper. One of the people who worked on the game messaged me on Twitter to be like, oh my god, what do you think of it? And I was like, if I don't reply, they don't know I haven't replied. Did you play Final Fantasy 16? I didn't. I played the 7 remake the first half, so I might have to do the second half, but I also kind of hated it, so I don't know. I always feel like I need to give Final Fantasy more of a chance, but at the same time, I never enjoy it, so how many chances am I supposed to give it? I really miss Cook Serve Delicious. They've got a new one that will eventually make it onto consoles, and I'm desperate for that. Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons. I mean, there's only a distinction in title. They're pretty much the same thing. I guess they eventually started to turn it more and more into like cheap mobile game stuff, but I'd argue they're the same. You full on ghosted the Remnant devs. I did, out of shame. Remnant 2 is the game that kept me from diving into Baldur's Gate 3 immediately. Oh, how are you liking it? It looks incredible. I loved Remnant 1, except I had like the buggiest experience of my life. I remember in my Remnant video, I'd never do this. He put a huge montage of bugs I got in a single hour session, and it was like 15 minutes long. Or was it 5 minutes long? I can't remember, but like crashes and falling through floors and all that kind of thing. Audio bugs, visual bugs, game breaking bugs, I had a lot of those. And when I was talking to one of the Remnant devs before I was too scared to reply, and they were like, yeah, we've put a lot more time into it now. That'll probably be the last issue you encounter. And I was like, to be honest, I'm really happy to hear that. Like, I called that game my biggest disappointment of 2019 because I was really disappointed by it, but you can be disappointed by the things that you love. And can you even love something if you can't be disappointed by it? I should call my dad. I don't know why. 16 was slow, and it took too long. 15 was great fun. Which one was 16? I remember, because 14 was the MMO. 15 was the guys in the car. 16 was unsure. Shadow of the Colossus is also really fun to speedrun. Oh my god, yes! There's some speedrun trophies for it that are very easy to meet. Like, if you've played the game through once, you'll easily smash the speedrun, which is a shame. I like my speedrun trophies to be really difficult, but what can I say? Hey, Atriso! First time watching one of your streams after watching your YouTube channel for a while. Very excited to be here. Very excited to have you here, Atriso. How are you doing? Do you have a good week? Do you work? Are you excited for the weekend? How are you feeling? Put about 150 hours into Remnant 2 and loved it. It's Remnant 1 but improved in almost every way. It's not as buggy, but there are some graphical hitches. Oh, that's fair. Graphical hitches are the easiest ones to deal with, so I don't mind those too much. I remember why you don't like 7, but in 16 they don't treat the women like eye candy. That's fair enough. And also, in 7, I didn't like it at all until I played it on hard mode. And only after I played it on hard mode, because hard mode on Final Fantasy VII is fucking so difficult. I remember I did okay at first, and then the final few levels I was stuck with, I had to find a guide. Oh, hey, Bohukri, how you doing? I had to find a guide. I had to watch Optinooby's guide on YouTube. First of all, that man's amazing. You know, 3 cheers for Optinooby. But I absolutely wouldn't have finished it without him. Because it's so much more strategic. Like, if you don't have specific setups for your characters, you will not beat it. Like, you can't brute force it. And I really respect that about the game. Like, they really did want you to engage with the mechanics. Which is one thing about difficulty that I do really respect. You know, hard mode isn't just enemies have more health. Hard mode is like, you cannot kill this enemy if you haven't done your work. Yeah. You were a broken person by the Sephiroth fight. Oh my fucking god. The fact that you beat I think you beat Sephiroth and then you start the fight with the 3 guys. And I died during like the second phase of the fight with 3 guys, so it was like 45 fucking minutes just hacking and slashing. And then it was like, yeah, so there aren't any autosaves, you start right at the beginning of this again. I was like, oh. Cool. Cool. Alan Fake. Final Fantasy used girls to thirst bait people not that long ago because as a gay guy I never watched girls that way. So, oh yeah, I mean that's a pretty well ingrained trope. To be fair, Final Fantasy is one of the few series I've seen where they also thirst bait girls with guys. Like Sephiroth and what's the twink's name? Cloud? Stratus? Something like that. Here, those 2 are definitely for the female gaze. That's it, Cloud. Those 2 are definitely for the female gaze. And I've seen clips from the remake with the 2 of them where they're like coyly talking to each other in a way that is kind of like, oh, will they, won't they? They won't, but Final Fantasy is one of those games where not only do they try very hard to appeal to the male gaze, they also try very hard to appeal to the female gaze. I think having a main character be a guy means that you still have that like weighted power, but I do have to give them props for the fact that they objectify across the entire spectrum. Sephiroth is absolutely like the thirst trap compilation bait for the horny bisexual. Well, it's the perfect series for the horny bisexual that also likes anime, because I think that will be the you know, the fork in the road for whether or not you enjoy. Clown and Sephiroth are fighting in the yassified filter of Instagram. Yeah, they do a cool double move, and there was this moment where Sephiroth was like, oh, Cloud, you're like panting. And Cloud was like, oh, I'm excited. And I saw it just remixed so many fucking times, and I was like, oh, you really will take a crumb. I can never gel with the anime aesthetic. Yeah, I think anime aesthetic, I think, looks brilliant. I find that it really struggles to not look ludicrous once they start to try and make it look real. With more recent Final Fantasy games, they've tried to make it look realistic. Like, obviously it doesn't look real, but, you know, they've tried to model it so that it's no longer like 2D, it's like 3D and proper skin and all that kind of thing. And I think that once you get, like, Cloud's hair in a situation where gravity affects it, it loses its, like, cool anime aesthetic. And it looks weird to me. It's like Uncanny Valley. Hey, Gus Redfield. This game holds up considering how old it is. It does. Calls him a puppy. Yes, he does. He does. He's his little puppy. I can definitely slice a train in half with one swing of a sword, though. Looks pretty good remastered. Yeah, this game's fine. I don't know what to tell you. I guess I agree. In fact, I do. Alan Wake is completely fine. The thing is, we've been playing it for so long now, getting all the trophies and stuff, that I think this is my fourth time through. My fourth time through, including the Xbox 360 version that I played. So in regards to, like, the WoW factor, I'm just like, oh, cool. We're in a forest. Everything is fine. I introduced my brother and friend to The Haunting of Hill House yesterday. And we watched that until very, very, very late. And I forgot how many cheap jump scares are in that. Which is a shame, because... Right, so I watched Smile the other day, and I didn't think Smile was very good. And it was full of cheap jump scares, where, like, the volume mixing is, like, off. So it's just loud noises, like, super loud noises. Stupid, startled, disrespectful jump scares, you know. But The Haunting of Hill House, stupid, startle, but good story. So you can, like, you don't mind, you know? Isn't a Twitch stream like this just a long-form Q&A podcast with a couple extra steps? I suppose so. I feel like the game is the equivalent of Subway Surfer at this point. I need to play the whole game again. I hope I can rush the main quest on easy. Yeah, I guess the issue with rushing the main quest on easy is just all the walking bits that you have to do. They definitely put a pin in any attempt. That's why I normally give up at 100% in games. Story games get boring for me after one playthrough. It's so hard to stay focused on games then. Yeah, I know what you mean. I like replaying story games over and over again for trophies because I like to 100% them and I like to see how fast I can do it. Especially when those games have, like, speedrun trophies. Super fun. Like, all the Resident Evil games, all the Uncharted games, Mirror's Edge. Happily do those over and over again. That's why I hate horror movies. It's so cheap to rely on jump scares. And it's not real horror. Yeah, I feel like there's two different categories of jump scares, right? The first one is the cheap one. And it is the movie equivalent of when your friend comes up behind you and, like, zaps you in the ribs. You know, like that horrible zit. It makes you jump. And it also makes you angry. And you feel disrespected. That's the first category of jump scares. And the other category of jump scares I do think are completely fine, and those are the ones where they're, like, organic. Like, Talk to Me, that movie, has a really, really good jump scare at the beginning. And it's fairly telegraphed, so you kind of know it's coming. But you're watching from a person's point of view while they look, and then something's just there. But it's so organic because you notice it as the character notices it. And it does kind of make you jump. Hey, Esther Oriston. How you doing? I took a nap as well. Welcome. I overslept. How you doing? So, yeah, I do. There are situations because I don't mind jump scares when they're done well. I can sit back and be like, yeah, that was good. Well done. Like you've done the tension. Like Madison, terrified, or hey Gladiator. Like, you've done the work, you've put the time in, I've shit my pants. Fantastic, like, brilliant work. And then sometimes you can tell that they made a scene and they were like, this isn't scary enough, so let's just put a massive bang noise and make something zoom in. Those are shit. Did you ever do Uncharted 3? I didn't. I should. At my current rate, I do an Uncharted game once a year. The ending to Talk to Me was brutal. Oh my god, it was, wasn't it? I don't feel like I can talk about it yet because it's only been out like 2 months. Technically. I know it came out at Sundance a year ago, but I didn't care for the story, but the ending like stuck with me. I think I just didn't care that much about the characters. So I was watching and it was like interesting and it's well written, but I just didn't care that much. And then the ending was like one of those things where like the next day I was thinking about it and the next day I was thinking about it, and like it's definitely something you could just completely spiral on. I enjoy Japanese horror movies because they rely on what the person watching the movie imagines the horrific part is. I watched Gonjiam. I know this isn't Japanese, but I watched Gonjiam Haunted Asylum the other day, because I know that like Asian horror tends to have a penchant for more like slow burn. And to be fair, that movie is extremely slow burn. It's only an hour and a half, and for some reason I felt like it was really long. Like the slow burn aspects of it went on a little bit too long. I got a little bit bored, but the last like 20 minutes are absolutely fucking intense, and it's really good, and it's like super enjoyable. I think it's like a good balance that you can have. Blair Witch worked pretty well because you never saw the threat. Yeah, and Blair Witch is like very subjective on how you want to interpret it as well, like whether or not you even believe there is a witch, whether or not you think that the actual magic that it's describing is happening. I think there's a lot of that there as well. And there's a rewatch value. Yeah, I think it came out in July. Also, technically 3, I suppose, but why didn't you like Smile? I was writing my review on it today, so I should be able to answer this question. But basically, I thought that the story was fine. Like, it was okay. I wouldn't watch the story again. For a horror movie, it was pretty good. The main character's acting was brilliant. She absolutely carried that story. And she made the main character very sympathetic when I feel like it was probably very hard to do that. The whole concept didn't really resonate with me. And I just found it uninteresting. I don't know whether it was how they decided to tell the story, because I think that story had a lot of promise. I think that the concept was very cheesy, which made it difficult for me to be scared by it. I think you could probably do You're Gonna Die in 4 Days like The Ring. I think you can probably do that way scarier. But seeing smiling people was just like... I know it aligns with the message of like people tend to smile before they do something like that because they're carefree and they've like decided to take action and they, you know, it's that kind of situation. But I was like, nah, just not really feeling this at all. I thought it was okay. There's probably some people out in the world that I would recommend Smile to, but it's not something I would like generally recommend. Never saw the original Blair Witch. That's fine. I think the original Blair Witch is like 20 years old now. It's pretty old. It's definitely old enough to drink, I think, depending on the country you live in. Now I remember talking about that in the Blair Witch game review I did. Because I was annoyed that the game, like, expects you to have watched the film. And I don't necessarily think that's always a reasonable ask, especially for a film that came out so long ago. I'm like, you should at least give some, reiteration of what happened. The mental health spin was the only interesting thing about what was essentially a rip-off of The Ring. Yeah, and also, like, it refers to itself as, like, a psychological horror. The Wikipedia literally says supernatural psychological horror. And I'm like, I actually probably would argue that it's not a psychological horror. I feel like psychological horrors are a bit more, like, interpretable. Like, I know it was about psychology, but it was pretty, like, it's pretty straightforward what the story is. I was like, I feel like this is just supernatural horror, but the way that the ghost operates is through like psychology. I don't think I would have called it that, but I suppose it depends. I suppose it depends. Oh, here he is. My dad got me into horror movies. He showed me the original Halloween movie, and we got... Oh, I've seen the original Halloween movie. It's not too bad, is it? Also, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have to focus. "25 yards. Oh, there he is. Come on, mate. What do you think of It Follows? I think that movie is really good. I don't like the assumption that the monster represents an STD because it doesn't, in my honest opinion. I think that the monster is sexually transmitted, but I see a lot of people being like, "Oh yeah, it's really cool because the monster represents an STD," and I'm like, what STD is like single use? Like you spread it once. And also, there aren't many STDs that kill you by snapping your legs. And I don't think that the movie goers were trying to make any particular parallels with certain STDs either. It's going to be one of the Patreon videos in October. But I'll make it a public one, like on Patreon, so people can still watch it even if they don't subscribe. That's alright, Jay. I am very, very, very used to reading lots and lots of different writing from lots and lots of different people, so it's okay. Serious gaming time. Yes, Caitlin, I knew you'd agree with me because you always agree with me because we're best friends. Single serve STD, yeah. I was like, it just doesn't operate like an STD. I think it's easy to make that association, but I don't think it's actually how it works. I'm in trouble. Ow. I was kind of hoping to just dodge past him, but Alan instead just walked into him. I very urgently need ammo. I'm out. Oh my god! Sorry. Oh, this is fine. This will do. Easy. Andrew! Oh, host of venereal diseases. Okay, Andrew, I can't stop you. But I certainly didn't think it was wise to decide to go and catch them all. This isn't Pokemon Go. You got your ketchup on your car key? Well, that's what car keys are for. You just sniff it off. I really like that our next Nightmare manuscript page isn't for ages. It's so nice to just play this game and not be like, okay, so I have to go left here. I have to go right here. I have to pick this up. I have to pick this up. It's easy. Your doctor's shaking you like, please stop. Please stop pulling like old bits of cake out of the sewer and putting it in your pants. Shit, let's just leave. Let's leave. Ow. Oh, we 100% everything, to be fair. Maybe I should change my attitude a little bit. Ow! Would you ever recommend this game to a Resident Evil or a Dead Space fan? Not at all. This isn't at all like those. I would say that Resident Evil and Dead Space are like super action horror. And this is like slightly action horror, but with like less emphasis on the horror, I'd say. I would probably say that a Resident Evil fan would be annoyed by this game. And a Dead Space fan would be super annoyed by this game. A Dead Space fan would like complain to them. I've 100%ed My Name is Mayo. I actually think those games are good. Oh! Run! Oh, fuck. My Name is Mayo 2's been out for years. I think My Name is Mayo 3 is out as well.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
The MLP game. Yeah, I put that on my Boomerang wishlist. I just need to finish and send back Psychonauts 2 first. Psychonauts 2 is pretty tricky for a kid's game. I'll give it that. Oh, that Peppa Pig game was great. Okay, I think we've taken good ground on these guys. Come on, Alan. Come on, Alan. I really hate how little stamina this guy has. I guess it's like lore accurate because he's a writer, in theory. But this guy genuinely can run about 6 paces before he has an asthma attack. I loved playing that Peppa Pig game because she met the Queen, and then it was like in memoria, and it did a In Our Hearts Forever, but for like Queen Elizabeth, which was really unusual. I guess it was because they featured her in the game. Like, you literally meet her, so I suppose they felt like they had to. But even despite the fact that I understood why they did it, it was still really weird. Oh, shit. Alright, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. Oh! Ow! Oh my god, I'm so fucked. Oh, okay. I have to ask, is the Iron Bread Platinum Redeem legit or an inside joke I'm not aware of? No, I will actually do it. It's notoriously like an extremely hard game. It's got an absurdly rare plat. It's apparently a massive pain in the ass. The DLCs are insane in max difficulty. Yeah, there's a trophy for doing it on easy without dying, so I imagine they're pretty tricky, aren't they? Ow. Like the Queen of Persona. What? I think she would have been a rabbit. Ow. Fuck off. God, these guys have got incredible accuracy on a nightmare mode. I've got the wrong way. I'm out of ammo? Oh my god. Right, okay. Ow. Come on. Come on, Alan. Oh! Oh, no, no, no! Oh, okay. Hey, Smooth. How you doing? You didn't care for Spider-Man. I really didn't care for Spider-Man. Oh, wait, who got the Necrodancer plant? Was it Mind in Reverse? Was it Ikamenzi? But, yeah, I really, really, really didn't care for Spider-Man. I probably won't play Spider-Man 2. I might one day play Miles Morales. And that's probably going to be the... It's probably going to be the extent of that. Stop having such incredible aim. Okay, alright. Well, we've had to do that. You forced me to kill you. 9 out of 10 difficulty, yep. Yeah, I've heard that Miles Morales is a lot better, and I do believe it. I think I think it will be one of those things that I go to in like 10 years. I did a trophy hunting competition, and that was like a shoo-in for an easy plat, and I still didn't do it. So it's not even going to be a situation where it will be like beneficial to me to play it. I am eventually just going to run into it again. I don't think there's any chests in here either. Fatal Frame! I'm familiar with Fatal Frame. Could I bribe you to play it? No, sweet Alice. I will not take your bribes. I might eventually make it a community goal instead. Oh! Run! Yes! Oh! Sorry. That, I did not deserve that. Did you see? He went to hit me, and it just didn't work. Like, if I was him, I would have been fucking furious. I would be like, I hit her and she didn't take any damage. I didn't deserve that. But thank you, Alan Wake, anyway. My sister lent me her PS4 to play Spider-Man and God of War. Play Gal. I got halfway through Spider-Man and kind of liking some of it and really hating other parts, and then the save corrupted. Oh yeah. If the save corrupted for me, I would have been like, I need like a pilgrimage away. I need to travel the world before I come back and play this game. Oh, I do have ammo again now. That's useful. Can I get them to follow me all the way to the light and kill them that way? I'm gonna try it. See you soon, witch. Have a good afternoon. Ha! Stupid. Yeah, my brother's save corrupted when he'd almost got the 100% for Assassin's Creed 2. And he was just like, no, I'm done. his parting goodbye. Got both platinums. Yeah, apparently they're amazing. Stop hitting me like square. Oh, I'm so lucky. I've only got 5 bullets left as well. Damn it. I don't even, not even killed him. That's obscene. Yeah, don't... To be fair, getting my items taken off me has been way more impactful in this. Ow. Okay, well, I dodged that, but fine. Ha! Stupid. Oh. Do you have a favourite video game? Definitely. I would say, like, sentimental-wise, Spyro. The Spyro Reignited trilogy, obviously. Other sentimental-wise, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. A gorgeous game for gorgeous people. Beyond that... there's just loads of games that I really like. Dark Souls 2. Love that game so much. Right, we're just gonna run. What else? Oh! Oh! Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to remember. What other games have I loved? GTA 5. Absolutely love that game. I think that game's honestly, I think that game is simultaneously overrated and underrated. In the sense that when people compliment it, they focus on stuff that I would consider to be the wrong things. I think the characters and like, I think the characters are probably like the strongest part of GTA 5. But unless you've played it, you probably won't even know what their names are. Golf with your friends. I have never played a Kingdom Hearts game, but I did own one of the comics. If that counts. What else do I like? God, there's loads of stuff I like. Neo, obviously. Medieval. Resident Evil 7. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is really good. Looking at my shelves now. Hey, pal. How you doing? Trevor Michael Franklin. Yes. My boys. I did GTA 5 in the first 5 minutes because I despised the people that changed how you drive cars in that game. I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I played GTA 3 and I was like, I'm gonna blow a gasket. I hate how they drive cars in this, but I love the way they drive in 5, so it must just be a preference thing. Had a long week. Oh, we've all had a long week. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the long week recovery club. Yeah, I used to love just going for a drive in GTA 5. I never used the fast travel in that game because I would just enjoy it. It was like my favourite part of it.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff.
That flashlight's kid stuff.
We'll keep the bastards away.
Did you like Skyrim? I thought it was fun. Skyrim is one of those games that I really enjoy, and I don't know why, because I don't think it's very good. But I've platinumed it like 3 times, and I'm going to get the platinum on the VR version as well. I can't get enough of that game. It's like a kebab. Yeah, it's like a kebab. It's like, don't really know why I'm eating this, but I'm gonna have it whenever I've had a drink. I lost a pet and I'm having a mystery viral infection. Jesus, you've been double whammy today. I'm really sorry about that, pal. We were talking about lost pets earlier, and I completely understand. I'm so sorry. You completely burnt out the Skyrim. I think it depends on when you played it as well. I don't know if you played it when it came out, or if you played it like, do I have flares for this? I do. Okay. I don't know if you played it when it came out or if you tried to play it later, but I know that people who tried to play it later really couldn't pick it up. I may or may not get a job this or next week, and every second I spend thinking about it, my mental health sinks to the bottom of the ocean because I'm not functional. I was like, congratulations, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. What kind of job is it? Like, I hope it's not customer facing. Bethesda makes shit games, but enough gameplay interest and flexibility. Yeah, and they're also like a sandbox for mods as well. Like they also provide like just this really good foundation, you know, because it's like wide as an ocean, deep as a puzzle. It means that you can like turn so much of it into what you want it to be. Stop hitting! Oh, you played it when he came out. Damn, I got no answer. I think with Skyrim, it's such a huge game that by the time I finish it, I've forgotten what happened at the start. Yeah, I think also, like, the story is so unconsequential as well. Like, nothing really has any consequences ever, beyond, like, extra dialogue or different guards in different cities. So it's just something that you can kind of let pass you by, and you can play the game without worrying that you're going to lock something really important off. Like, with The Witcher 3... you can accidentally send like main characters to their deaths like from minute 1. Like Kira Metz, is that a spoiler? No, I'm gonna say that's not a spoiler. The fact that you can accidentally kill Kira Metz really early, shows just how carefully you have to play that game. I think. Accounting. Spent my entire life studying accounting, like a total of 7 years, and it took me long to realise I hated it. To be honest, that's what it takes sometimes. To be fair. And also, I think people tend to get jobs because, you know, there's such a pressure to make a lot of money when you grow up as well. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm good with numbers, so I'll just do that. So I get it. I get it. In fact, I feel like accounting is the main one that you hear the stories about where people are like, oh yeah, I actually completely hated it. I accidentally killed Kira in my second playthrough. I almost restarted my whole playthrough. Yeah, when we were doing it on stream, we were trying to complete the game in a certain amount of time, and I was like spamming through the I was like spamming through all the text and all the dialogue and stuff. And I accidentally sent her to her death, and I had to reload a save as well. And also, it's really hard to remember which phrases she'll respect. Because the thing is, when I played it first time, I played it as basically as me, because I was like, I'll just pick what I think. So Kira Metz, I managed to just keep her alive by the sheer will of just being like, oh yeah, girl, you should do what you should do what you want to do, but I would recommend this in a respectful way. And then she's like, oh yeah, sure. But if you are too much like, do what you want to do, she dies. And if you're too much like, I think you should do this, she dies. And it's a very difficult line to walk, I remember. I understand, Viz. Like, I did a history degree because people told me, like, you know, it'll keep doors open. And I was like, it has kept doors open, but at the, with the payback of being something that I really didn't enjoy or care about, and don't... I used the soft skills for it, but you don't need to do a history degree to learn how to communicate, so... I found saving Kira super easy. That's because you respect women, though, Alice. I feel like with Kira, if you treat her with respect... And it's the same with Ciri. If you treat Ciri with respect, not like fatherly micromanaging. Because I saw a lot of guys be like, oh, I accidentally got the bad ending. And it was like, oh yeah, it's because you wouldn't let her do anything. And they were like, oh, I just thought I was, you know, making the best choices for her. And it's like, the point is not to make the choice for people. But with Kira, it's a little bit more nuanced, but I feel like if you treat her like an adult, she's okay. Until Dawn is a massive miss, in my honest opinion. One that made me extremely mad. The plot of the killer in the house was Chef's Kiss. Then they ruined it with the mythological monsters. Oh man, I loved the Wendigos. Like, I adored them. And to be fair, they took liberties with it, but I didn't mind the liberties. I quite, I thought that it meant that it fed into the story in a way that was quite fulfilling. Come on, man, please. Please let me help. Please. Please. Oh, oh we're dead. Oh! Ow. Oh, thank God. Another checkpoint. Every checkpoint we finally scrape is another part of the game that we don't have to play. Mop. I guess I could have liked it if the premise of the game was Wendigos from the start. I mean, it kind of is, when you think about it. They're not exactly foreshadowed from the start, but the sisters. Baiting me with a good killer story. Yeah, to be fair. And also all the actors, like, just, you know, killed at their roles. They were great. Yeah, don't not care, don't helicopter parent, support rather than control. I like that as well. Like, for a game where a lot of your time is spent just having sex with people, they do make a lot of effort to keep it from being, like, transactional. Any recommendations other than Astro? Hey, Pete, any recommendations other than Astro for the PS5? I'm gonna have to take a minute to think. Because also, normally I'd look up at my, like, games up there, but most of my PS5 games are digital, so I'm gonna have to give this one a moment of thought. There's always Peppa Pig PS5, obviously. I'd always recommend beginning with that, to be fair, you know. I don't think you can ever go wrong with a bit of Peppy P. What else do we have? What games are on the PS5? I've forgotten. I think the thing with the PS5 is that the loading times are absolutely incredible. So it's more just like, if there's a PS4 game that you want to play, just play it on the PS5. Oh man. I heard Remnant 2 is good, but I've not played it myself, so I can't suggest. This has got a PS5 version. This game's alright. What is worth the time? I think Bugsnax has a PS5 version. Yeah, I can't really think of anything that just came out for PS5. It's not really been a particularly well-furnished console. If you can get it for cheap, the Demon's Souls remake is good, but that's if you can get it for cheap, because it was like, I think 70 or 80 quid at launch, so, you know. How dare you? Sorry, I gotta concentrate now. Okay. Ow! Gotta whack up another flare. Make a nice safe space. Pinball Arcade, that's the spirit. Demon Souls.
Majestic!
Yeah, I definitely didn't still find Demon Souls really hard even when I had magic. And thank you for the sub, Ramona. Welcome back. How's your Friday? Yeah, I couldn't play Hogwarts Legacy either. I couldn't even rent it. It's available on the shop that the rental service that I use, and I was just like, nah, I'm alright. I think this will be something that I'm completely content to pass. But yeah, Demon Souls is good. What else is on PS5? Doom got some PS5 remakes, which were brilliant. Oh, Resident Evil 4 Remastered. I haven't played that, but I've heard it's great. These are all just games that I haven't played, or games that already have PS4 versions. Let me check my PSN. Oh, Returnal! Returnal! That's one. That's a huge one. Cult of the Lamb. Outer Wilds. Last of Us Part 1. Overwatch 2, obviously. Every time. The Forgotten City? Tagata! Resident Evil 4 Remake was really fun. It looks amazing. It looks really good. I didn't pre-order it because I just knew that I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't have time. But I've lived vicariously through the people that post about it online. And I played the original, so. Play Rhea! Alright. Okay. The Last of Us and Spider-Man. My two favourite games. Do you guys still play Overwatch? I only played with you once. I played it for a long time. I got up to Diamond rank on ranked mode. And then the team I was playing with just stopped, so I haven't played since. I kind of really fancied it for a while, but I just couldn't face doing it solo, so I didn't. And the people that would play with me, like I do have some friends that are like, yeah, I'll play with you. They all play on PC. And I can't go into PC lobbies. I went into PC lobbies once with my mate, and I was on Mercy, because we were in a PC lobby, because I normally play Zen, and I just got absolutely like shat on for not being what they wanted me to be. And I was like, sorry, I got my controller here. If you ever get Monster Hunter Rise for PS5, let me know because I want to play it with you. Oh shit, yes. Me and Bahukri did Monster Hunter World, and he's been saying for a while, like, can we do Rise? 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 And I'm like, Rise would kill me. Rise would absolutely kill me. I couldn't bring myself to do Rise yet, but I when I was writing that Monster Hunter World ranking for that went up on the Patreon the other day, I was writing it and I was like, kind of missed this. Kind of missed this game. So maybe I will. And when I say maybe I will, I mean I definitely will. I know in my bones that I will. But I don't know when. You're a Zen main. I can never play Zen because my stupid brain aims with his hands and not with the aiming reticle. See, I'm a Zen main. There are some requirements to be a Zen main. An intact virginity. I think that's it, actually. Yeah. No, I love Zen. He's definitely there for, like, people who like doing DPS, but they don't want to be too obvious about it. Like, if you're a BAP main, it's really obvious that you just want to kill people. But if you're a Zen main, and you're a good Zen main, because I'm a really good Zen main, then people, then you still get like 14,000 heals, but also like 16,000 damage. Oh yeah. Wish I had money for Monster Hunter. My friends really got into it for a while. Monster Hunter's really good, and to be fair, it is good value for money. Like, it took me 550 hours to 100% the trophies for Monster Hunter World, and I hadn't even scratched the surface of the content. There was several hundred hours of bosses and extra content that I just couldn't access because I just wasn't good enough, because I hadn't spent several hundred hours grinding for better gear. Like, you'll spend like 50 quid on Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, but you'll spend that time, you know. Junkrat Cassidy and Pocket Bastion. Bless. A DPS. You think the Geneva Convention is a suggestion? Yeah. I like his kick as well. That's my favourite part of playing Zen. Send people absolutely flying. There's nothing more fun than sending a Genji off the side of a map. Then you get told to kill yourself in text chat and you're like, yes! You take a screenshot, send it to your mum. She's like, what is this? I'm like, somebody told me to kill myself. And she's like, oh my goodness, it's awful. And I'm like, no, like, good. Like, really good. Healer main and the only DPS I like is Sombra. Sombra's a lot of fun when you're playing against a team that aren't good at dealing with her. When I play Sombra in quick play, I'm great. When I play Sombra in ranked, I get absolutely, like, just shagged. Zen is, like, the Chad choice. I also play Mercy. But that depends. It depends on the needs of the game, because I'm flexible. Oh, fuck off. Wasted my time. Get out of here. Ow. I thought I had a flare and I didn't. Every healer. I started to get into Moira. She's pretty good. Fuck off, man. Come on. Ha! Easy. Okay, so I've got a ton of revolver ammo. This is good. Okay, I went the wrong way. Fair enough. I love the word shag. Because, like, it can be good and it can be bad. Like, you've been, oh, I've shagged this. And it definitely depends on the context whether or not that means that you've ruined it or, like, you've just done really well at it. Like, if you have a shagged Weatherspoon's pizza, what you're trying to communicate was that it was baked in a centrifuge. But if you, like, shag on Zen, then it just means that you're good at playing him. Sleep dot and traces is the best. Headshot and traces on Widow is the best as well. I don't understand the scarecrow thing for Widow. To be fair, I also didn't understand the Zen comment, but I just let that one go because I thought you were doing it one-off. And the only person at work who regularly uses shagged as an adjective, I've got no idea why. Because of me. And even if it's not because of me, let's just pretend it was. Ow. I hope that Monster Hunter Rise doesn't have such awful crown hunting. That was dreadful in World. That's a manuscript page room, so we'll go up. Oh no, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. Dunk. Oh, thank you, Andy. Maybe I picked it up from you. Thank you, Andy. I'm a vampire. All I need is permission. Oh, I mean, I've been bullied a lot on Reaper. I gotta politely disagree. But I don't... Do I mind? I don't know. Mercies are often, like, the worst part of a team. As in, like, if you don't kill the Mercy, you're not killing a single person on that team. So, if Mercy had, like, a full team res, I'd be gutted. Oh, you shithead. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yeah, the Behemoth fight sounded awful. Like, my friend Shek said it wasn't too bad. But Shek also bought me the game for my birthday. And then, and then didn't play it with me. I was so angry. He was like, yeah, we get the plat together, because I haven't got the plat either. I'll get the game for you for your birthday, and we'll just, well, you know, we'll play it. I know it's a long game, but we can do it together. And I was like, oh, cool. My friend. And then he did about 30 hours, and he was like, oh, I'm bored now. You can finish this. And I was like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Thanks, man. Chugs, I don't know when you played Overwatch. I feel like these assessments are pretty wildly off. I feel like Reaper players are people who are just very annoyed. But I wouldn't associate them with Nerf guns. Moira's good fun. I'm not a master Moira, but I can still see how good she can be. I guess you played a really long time ago, Chug, so maybe that makes sense, but... Scarecrow Widow. Leave me alone. Oh no, I'm stuck. He's going up this way. There you go. Oh! If we run up this way. Oh! Oh no. I'm dead. I know, Chugs, you tell me every time. Doomfist killed Overwatch for me? Oh, imagine seeing him get put in as a tank. Fucking hell. Oh, so far back. Oh my god, I throw the teleporter mid-fight because I forget that I haven't put it down. That happens to me all the time. Oh shit. I will literally die, assume that the teleport is still down, and then not be able to teleport to it. Oh. Topical. Be aware of Widowmakers. Also, I'm gutted that they nerfed Widowmaker just after I named my new cat after her. Well, I don't even play her anymore. I'm not a Widow main. Yeah! Oh, Bastion can't self-heal anymore. Right. We're still pretty fucked. I think I'm gonna have to at least kill this one. Oh, there's two? And I have no flares, okay. Wow, that doesn't knock him off at all. Okay, that's not good. Oh, fuck off. Oh. Oh, Brian's put some tea in vent. I need to have a look at that. So is there a hunting rifle in that room to the left as well? How have I imagined that? Oh, whoops. I do really... Oh, easy. I do really hate that those guys can just, like, power through. Bless you, Andy. I didn't realise that you played games. I just thought you went for walks. To be fair, you and I talked a lot about Spyro. Ah, so it's about 6 shots for the lumberjack. Right, let's get the hunting rifle because I need it. The revolver is not doing the damage it needs to do. Okay, my current nemesis. Let's begin. Also, they take so long to whittle down as well. Oh, that was good. Okay, this is what we'll do. Yeah, maybe the women are just the puddles on the floor. You know, the ones that damage you when you walk over them. Okay, alright, yeah, so the hunting rifle is the trick with these guys. This is the best way to do it, I think. Football manager? Damn, Andy. Oh, you didn't strike me as a football manager type. Sigma. Haven't been playing that long overall, less than half a year. Oh, a game that's touched all of our souls in different ways. Speaking of touched souls, I had a ham and cheese wrap for dinner. You know how weird they are? You get them from Asda. It's literally ham and cheese in a wrap with some kind of sauce. I couldn't put my finger on it. You got 100% in City Skylines? You know I don't. I don't know how that game would play on console, so I would be hesitant to try it. Oh, I forgot which button was dodge. Yeah, I see him, don't worry. Oh. Fuck. 2 hunting rifle, 4 revolver. I'll ask an emperor. Damn it. Secret football fans are unnerving. I thought I knew you when you're telling me that you know what Pele is. You have to stop. Yeah, Andy's emotionally stable. Therefore, he doesn't 100% games. Hey CJ, how you doing? That's because I accidentally fell asleep. Hey Numpty. Yeah, the Nightmare Run's going pretty well. It's fucking hard. I tried twice to get into comp Overwatch, now I'm just there for the porn. To be fair, it is quite a well-stocked buffet. Yeah, I don't know much about football. I definitely play it up because when I do it, it makes my brother, like, really annoyed. So he'll say something and I'll be like, is that a kind of football move? And he'll be like, no, I said Jurgen Klopp. I'm like, I don't know who she is. And he's like, but generally, I don't care. A good state of mind. Nobody in this chat is in a good state of mind. It's Friday. I had a 2-hour nap before work and a 2-hour nap after work. Come on, let me through. Running past all of the combat definitely does seem to be the way. There we go. He's not even dead. Jesus. Alright, let's go. One thing that I'm really glad about now that we're playing on Nightmare is that I don't have to walk around every single, like, inch of this map to find, like, bits and pieces. Which way do I go? Like, these open world bits were the longest part of Easy, and then the longest part of my collectible run as well. And it is so freeing to be able to just walk past them. Like, I don't care at all. I think I have to go and fight some birds now as well. Hey, Shek. Alan is God's drunkest driver. I had to look up what Sigma's name was to now say that's when I stopped playing, and the top result was some oddball claiming SJWs are triggered by the barefoot. See, what I think the trick is with Sigma is to pretend that you're extremely upset by the fact that he has bare feet. So then people try and harass you with pictures of his bare feet. And then you get free pictures of feet. Yeah, when you suplex the Arbiter, that's my favourite part. Oh, it's so nice to be able to just cruise past all the bits that I spent like fucking years in before. I'm doing a little run around because I want to see if there's any like ammo on the floor because we are a bit low. This difficulty is definitely less well stocked. But another problem with this difficulty, not problem, but another risk of this difficulty is that stopping to find collectibles means that stopping to find ammo and stuff means that you just run the risk of getting ganked by the enemies that are around. So you're kind of encouraged to rush past. Yeah, I guess we kind of picked this section clean when we were last here. I was wondering if stuff respawned, but I don't think it does. Alan's elbow pads are the talk of this town. Also, where's my car gone? Oh, I parked up near that light, actually. Can I get in this? No. Well, guess we're on foot. My PlayStation shit. Hey, cat. How you doing? Oh, it's the bit with the fucking birds. Oh, thank God. Give me this. So I've got tons of revolver ammo. I've got no rifle ammo. Ow! Bitch. Leave me alone. I thought elbow pads were like a design choice, not a functional choice. Maybe it's one of those situations where they began as a Maybe it's one of those situations where they began as a functional choice and now they're more of a design thing. Ow! Leave me alone. How are you doing today? I'm alright. Oh. I'm trying to get Alan to get his cardio in. Build that stamina up a little bit. I also need to be really careful about how many flares I use, because this flare gun's really good, but... You know what, let's just use it. Who cares? What are they gonna do? Yeah, I think it wears the elbows down, right? I still haven't unpacked all my stuff after 6 months, but I found everything I need to make videos. That's fair. I think it took me a year to fully unpack. Because there was like... I unpacked everything, and then there were just like a few bits and bobs in like a bits and bobs box that had no place to live at my current or previous place. And they just sat in the box for a while. Like, there would have been a box like down there on the floor somewhere. Because I think it just sat in this room with me for ages. Took me ages to unpack that, so I get it. Any stuff we can use? Just revolver ammo, which I don't need. Okay, cool. To be fair, I have never had grazed elbows, so that's probably where my lack of empathy is coming from. Damn you, Caitlin, what were you doing? Oh shit, I missed the collectible. Oh wait, did I? Oh yeah, I missed that. Damn it. Oh, the only page you find is at the end of the episode. It's literally this one. Damn. When it pops up in the bottom right, it's because it's a note you haven't had before. I'm very lucky. I have missed one note because it was on the back of the gas station, and I thought that it was on the back of the toilet that we were just in. So I was like, oh, do we have to drive all the way back to the toilet? But we don't. So I will have to do that little bit again. But so far that's the only thing I have to redo. What else is there? Once you escape from under the bridge. Okay. Fell off your bike. Oh. Well, maybe I did get, like, grazed elbows and stuff, but if I did, I don't remember. Save Barry from the birds. Okay. That is one thing that I really don't like about the enemies in this game. Like, most of them are fine, and they do, like, the over here bit. But then you get the birds, and there's no, like, organic way for them to do that. So they just don't. 2nd degree burns? Ow. I think one of the worst sunburns I ever got was on my face. Because it swelled up really bad. I just had this really swollen face for a few days. Hey Simpson, how you doing? Oh, bless you, Shek. I wonder if that'll stay with you for a while. I remember when I got freshers flu, I had a cough for ages. It was like 2 months, 3 months or something. Well, at least batteries are the one thing that we don't run out of. We run out of ammo pretty fast, but batteries seem to be okay. Ooh, nose burns suck, yeah. Yeah, mine, I got swelling all over like the bridge of my nose. It was awful. It has been 2 hours. I don't know how long I'll keep playing this for. We're not that far through the game, are we? I feel like this is one of those boss fights where if I stop paying attention, I will lose. But it's also really boring. How much weight can you stomach? To be fair, I feel alright. Definitely probably in the best state to play this game right now. I am very bored of this boss fight now though. Yes! I knew a nice flare would do the trick. Alright. Let's change what we've got equipped and go. A peely nose! You can see it out the corner of my eye all the time. Peely noses can be fun though. But yes, annoying. Not been sunburnt since. Wow, Andy, you really have just learned. Lived and learned. Alan Wake is fine. Definitely don't love it. I think there's probably stuff that I'd enjoy more, but as far as the game goes for just like talking and playing, it's easy. I got sent a suicide hotline by Reddit. Somebody reported my COD post. What did you say? What did you tell them? Hell yeah, Andy. That's my job.
I had to try to write him one to get Alice back.
Sophia joining the enemies. I mean, it's fine. I just don't love it. I haven't felt the touch of a woman. Oh, bless you, Shekel. Well, maybe you do need maybe you need the hotline handy just in case. Oh yeah, this is the bit where she puts the phone down and she's like different. Oh, well done, Shek. I love how they're trying to make her look vacant, but this is just what the facial animations are, so. Evil British James Bond laugh down. I think that's just my laugh. I think British people are probably just inherently evil. What episode are we in now? Episode 3. We've done 2 episodes. An episode an hour, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? Let's stop for tonight, because I got a lot of stuff I need to do. I need to keep writing some scripts. Yeah, we've made good progress. Yeah. And also we've got a big stream on Sunday, so I'll conserve my strength. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. so it's all of yours bedtime.
How the hell did she get her hands on the menu?
Thanks for the stream, guys. If you were enjoying and you were lurking, please give me a follow. But otherwise, yeah, have a good night, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Bye.